Alright, I am fresh off university, fresh off college, fresh off business school, fresh off the boat, whatever you want to call it. I have just recently graduated, as most of you guys know. So now I can finally focus on what's next for me, or the next chapter of my life, if you will. And to help me with that, I am going to make a vision board. But wait, what even is a vision board? Well, according to my extensive 5-second research on the internet, a vision board is essentially a collage of images, pictures, and affirmations of one's dreams and desires designed to serve as a source of inspiration and motivation. The first person I ever saw make a vision board was John Hill years ago, so I actually got the concept from him. John Hill is a professional skateboarder, YouTuber, and entrepreneur who I've been following since he had like 70,000 subscribers, and now he's at 1 million, which is insane. But yeah, the credit goes to him in terms of where I got this idea. So to make my vision board, I'm gonna need some supplies. First off, I'm gonna need a cork board, and then I'm gonna need some push pins, and then of course the actual pictures that you want to put on the cork board. These are some shite printouts, you know? Whatever. These'll do. Now cut to the clip of me actually creating my vision board. So yeah, I told you guys earlier, these aren't the best looking printouts. They're honestly really bad. It just so happens that the printer here wasn't working, so these had to be printed elsewhere, and I am not satisfied, but these will do at least for now. Maybe I'll reprint them another time, but these will do. So yeah, I'll just get started by cutting these out. I haven't decided on the layout yet. I'll probably be able to figure that out easier when I have everything like cut. Yeah, I now remember that I was never good at cutting things. Cutting paper specifically was just never something I was good at, especially now that my hand isn't back to 100% after breaking it. These cuts aren't going to be pretty. Let's just make that absolutely clear. I only have 1/3 of a page done, and it's already been like 11 minutes, so I have my work cut out for me. No pun intended. Alright, I'm gonna cut the camera first because I don't want to waste my camera memory and battery on just me cutting stuff, so... Alright, just a quick update from the workstation. Finally done with 1 page. Got 2 more to go. They're all under my wallet there. And just like that, about 30 minutes later, I want to say, it's all done. Now here are all the cutouts. I will arrange them the way they need to be arranged, at least according to me. And I'll take you guys through them. Alright, these are my YouTube goals. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright, next up we have my fitness goals. You guys don't see any bodybuilders on here because I'm personally not into bodybuilding and all that, but I do love calisthenics, I love b-boying, and I love tricking, and so these are just some goals that I have, like being able to do a planche, different handstand variations. These 2 things, I've kind of started learning them through the years, but never took them actually seriously. Next up we have my dream home. Everyone has their idea of what a dream home is supposed to look like. I honestly don't really care about these things. I mainly care about these things. A nice calisthenics gym at home with some weights, of course, even though I don't lift, because if I have friends over, I just want a gym where my friends can hang out and have fun. And next up is this. This is my dream kitchen. Most people, they have their dream closet, their dream bedroom, their dream whatever it may be. For me personally, it's always just been my dream kitchen because I grew up loving food, loving cooking, watched way too many cooking shows for my own good. Been cooking since a really early age, and I just love the kitchen. Next up, I have my dream places I'd love to visit. So I'll start off with these 2, obviously football and basketball, or soccer. Football has always been my favorite sport, and yeah, at some point in my life, I'd love to see an FC Barcelona game. I've been a fan since I honestly don't know. And this is obviously basketball. I'd love to see a Warriors game, especially while this man is still playing. I'd love to see Steph in action in person. Next up, we have this. This is actually Fo Guang Shan Temple in Taiwan. I've been here before, actually, back when I was like 9. But yeah, this is a place that I have a lot of memories of, and I just love to visit visit here again someday. And next up, this is obviously the Great Wall of China, one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Growing up seeing it on TV and movies, documentaries, and even studying it in history class, I can't believe I've never been here. Next up, we have 2 spots in Japan I'd love to visit. This is a theme park that's actually Naruto themed. You guys know I love Naruto. Grew up watching Naruto. I played every single game that came out of Naruto on PSP, and it's just something that was a huge part of my childhood, and I still love it to this day, so I'd really love to go here. Next is the statue of Hachi. Some of you guys may know this. This is in Shibuya train station, I believe, in Tokyo, Japan. I think I was like 11 or 12 when I first saw Hachiko, and that was the first movie that ever made me cry. And so obviously I already loved dogs before seeing that movie, and that movie just made me love dogs even more. And this is Hogwarts. Now yeah, obviously it's Hogwarts, but this is the Wizarding World theme park. Although I will not claim to be a huge Potterhead, it's just the nostalgia that the music and the movies bring me. It's unreal. Next up, here are the people in life that I would really love to meet. Start off with the YouTubers. This is Ryan Higa. Obviously you guys know him. He is the main reason why the hell I'm doing this YouTube thing. I started watching him when I was like 5 or 6. Obviously Ryan's not a YouTuber anymore. Still doesn't change the fact that he's the reason why I make videos. Next is Jack and Finn Harris, also known as Jack Scap. Obviously these two, they're not YouTubers anymore as well, but Jack and Finn are, in my opinion, the best YouTubers in terms of just raw storytelling and filmmaking. It's what I love about their videos, and I still love rewatching their videos to this day. Next up, Caesar Milan. I grew up watching Dog Whisperer, Leader of the Pack, Caesar 911. Every single show he's come out with, I watched. He is the reason why I fell in love with the Pitbull breed, and of course Junior and Daddy, who are both Pitbulls, and just every other bullied breed or misunderstood breed like Rottweilers, Cane Corso, Doberman, German Shepherds. People who don't know a lot about dogs see those breeds or hear about those breeds and think dangerous, when in reality it's always idiot owners who get powerful breeds thinking they have the capability to raise them when they really don't. I love what he stands for, and I'd love to meet him one day and visit the Dog Psychology Center as well. Next up is Stephen Curry. Obviously greatest shooter the game has ever seen. I did not enjoy basketball growing up until I started watching him. Steph just plays completely different from every other superstar. He's usually always the smallest guy on the court, but that never stops him from doing what he does. And just beyond basketball, I also look up to him because he is very openly a devoted Christian. Next is Jackie Chan. Who else? The man I share the same last name with. I am not related to him, however, unfortunately, but grew up watching all his movies, even watched his animated show, which a lot of people don't know about. Growing up, I always looked up to him because, you know, watching Hollywood movies, you see a lot of action stars who are white, action stars that are black, and then you see this guy who is an Asian action star, Chinese, and shares the same last name as me. So just imagine being like a toddler watching action movies for the first time, and you see him, and your name is also Chan, and just seeing that type of representation is really important, I think, especially for kids. I'd really love to meet this man one day. I have no idea how, but a man can dream. Alright, and these are just other miscellaneous goals that I have. These are just, you know, me wanting to buy my first car eventually, which would be pretty cool if it happens, but we'll have to see. Next up, skydiving. I'm not really big into extreme sports and all that, but skydiving is definitely something I really want to check off the bucket list. And this is just me wanting to be in a film, whether it's like voice acting or an action film, or honestly the goal for me is just to be in a horror movie because I love horror movies. But yeah, this is definitely one of the goals that's pretty far out, but again, a man can dream. So that's it. I will now be putting everything on the actual corkboard. I'm pretty happy with this. It's finally done. Cut to me in the future. So yeah, those are the contents of my vision board as of right now. Obviously, I'm probably going to keep adding to it, especially in the future if I get like a new goal in mind or whatever, but that's pretty much it for now. And I guess my mission from here on is to hopefully fulfill these goals in the future. Hopefully in the near future even, well, at least for some of them. Then eventually I'll be able to take off the ones I've already accomplished and maybe even add new ones on top of that. But clearly I still have a really long road ahead of me, so hopefully you guys will come join me on my journey to hopefully reach every single goal I have on my vision board, however long that might take.